How to manage stress at work. In today's video, we're going to talk about stress at work, the potential causes, the potential symptoms, and of course, what you can try to do to help. And of course, actions you can take. Now, before we get into this rather serious topic, allow me to invite you to my channel. Here, my intentions are to help managers become leaders. Now that we got that out of the way, as a leader, you could be watching this video for one of two reasons. You're either feeling a little bit stressed yourself, or you've picked up on one of your team members is acting a little strange and maybe having the effects of stress. Either way, this is a great first place to start. So I came across an article from the American Psychological Association regarding stresses and work that I found to be quite interesting. And of course, I'm going to link the article in the description below so you can read it at full length. I think it's safe to say that there's going to be some sort of stress at work. Any day, anytime, there's always something that could be or is stressful. But according to the American Psychological Association, for the rest of the video it'll be APA, they did a study in 2012 that stated up to 65% of Americans said work was their top stress. Now, when I see that number, I think that's a lot of damn stress. What's even worse is that majority of the workplaces don't help you deal with it. They don't help you navigate the stress. There's a large stigma still with mental illness, and a lot of employees wouldn't even want to show that they're being stressed if they could help it, simply due to being judged. But let's just look at a few of the top stresses at work, shall we? That's a good idea. Number one, low salaries. Side note, did you know that finances are the number one reason for divorce in America? Just saying. Might be a little bit stressful there. Too much work. Now, I'm not talking about Sally down at the next cubicle talking about how much work she has to do. I'm talking literally people are doing the jobs of 2 to 3 employees. Add to that, little opportunity for career growth. You know, where it's kind of a dead-end job, there's really not much opportunity for you to grow and expand yourself. That can really throw you in the ditch. Work is boring and you're not being challenged. When I hear that, I kind of think of factory jobs. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but for me, it gives me the heebie-jeebies. Having to do the same thing over and over, that would make stress for me. And finally, one that bothered me for many years is unclear expectations or conflicting demands. It can be very stressful when you have one supervisor who's asking you to do something a certain way, but the next supervisor coming in has a completely conflicting way that the job should be done. This is stress that gets passed on to the employee. In the short term, these stresses, they can cause headaches and stomach aches. They can cause for lack of sleep and short tempers. In the long term, it can develop into anxiety, it can develop into depression. It can go into weight gain. It can cause high blood pressure. There's so many other physical health problems that stress can cause you. So what do you do about this? Well, according to the APA article, you should do or promote the following. You're going to want to track the stress. Write a journal or create an Evernote on your phone and write down everything that stresses you. Of course, a little pressure here and there, everyday work related stuff is fine. But when you really start to feel an internal stress, a real pressure on yourself, these are the things that you want to document. You're going to want to document it maybe for the next week or two. You want to write what's going on. Where are you? Who are you working with? How are you feeling? What are you thinking? The more details, the better. Also write down how you acted or how you reacted. Did you yell? Did you go eat? Did you go for a walk? Writing these things down can help you spot a pattern. Next, you're going to want to create a solid plan. This is all going to be stuff that you know you should do, but there's a big difference between should do and actually doing. So first thing is, you're going to want to get physical. Start lifting weights, go to classes at your nearby gym, or just walk around the block. Whatever it is, you just want to get the blood flowing. The APA also suggests get a hobby. This is something that you want to do basically just to get work off your mind. Because work is part of your life, but it's not the end all and be all. Believe you me. Now, when I find myself getting stressed, my go-to is fishing. All day, every day. I really don't care what's going on at work. Put me in my boat, grab me my fishing pole, little country music, yeah, only the good stuff. That's where I'm at, and that's where my stress, it just gets eliminated. Another healthy habit to add to this is to get enough sleep. Now, what does enough sleep mean? I don't know. Every article is different. They say 6 to 8 hours, but know your body. Start getting different hours and see what works best for you, and that's what you're going to want to stick to. That's part of your solid response plan. Another thing to help you deal with the stress at work is you need to draw a line in the sand. It's very easy to take phone calls and to answer emails when you're off the clock, when you're at home for supper or you're out with the kids on the weekend. But you need to draw that line in the sand saying, I am done work. I do not answer phones. I do not answer emails. Now, if you need to work while you're not at work, that's fine. But you need to define what it is that you're doing and for how long you're going to be doing it. Because if you don't, then you're going to get pulled by everybody else's priorities and you will suffer the consequences eventually. Everybody likes to talk about how they burn the candle at both ends, but that's not what life is about. That's not how you're supposed to live. It's not going to help you. I mean, I guess if that is your thing, then go and enjoy it. But for most people, you need a way to unwind. So set the boundaries, make sure you stick to them. And the last thing I'm going to say on this topic, check out. You know, some people talk about, oh, I haven't been on a vacation in this many years. And they talk about it like it's a badge of honor. But here's the thing, it's not. Nobody cares. Maybe your boss cares because you're doing extra work and you're getting everything done, but nobody else cares. You need to check out. You need to unplug. You need to get away. Now, whatever that means to you, that's for you to decide. Like I said, my go-to is fishing. And you need to find your place or your thing that helps you step back, get a reset, and then start again. And then of course, outside of vacations or the staycations where you stay at home, try to get yourself outside. Try to get yourself into some fresh air. It's amazing how the birds and the bees can clear your head. Okay, well, yeah, the birds and the bees in that sense can clear your head, but nature in itself can really help ground you. So get outside. Get reconnected. Now, of course, there's other things that you can do and add to this list that will help you relax and help relieve some stress, like talking to your supervisor or getting external help. But I like to keep these videos kind of around the 5-minute mark, and I think we're going to be pushing over that. With that said, you can always hit the link in the description. There's a great list of things to do to help you relieve the stress. At the end of the day, you want to be as healthy as possible in mind, in body, and in spirit. Yes, work is a large part of life, but don't let it consume your life. Don't let it take over. You want to keep yourself the priority. And if you're a leader watching this, do your best to alleviate these stresses from your employees. When people are less stressed, there's a lot more and better quality work that's going to get done, and you're going to be way farther ahead in the long run. If you know somebody who's stressed at work, maybe send them this link. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell notification, and don't take work so seriously. And actually, before I sign off here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a link in the description of a YouTube channel that I love. It's called Fluke Master. This guy is all about bass fishing, and if my hobby can help you a little bit, help you relax, then I'm more than happy to share. Anyway, until next time, thanks.